Hello and welcome to all my audience around the world to the sixth episode of Stories. Stories is all about sharing successful stories of people around the world, and today I have Mr. Vivek Chadda with me. Mr. Vivek Chadda, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Jason. The pleasure is mine.
So, how are you today, Vivek?
I'm doing very well. Working from home, staying at home, focusing on what's coming next year, and looking forward to the world opening up and people getting back to routine.
Yeah. So, Vivek, before we start the interview, just to know about you, what are your passions and what are you associated with currently?
So I am a diehard entrepreneur, and I started my company in the year 2009. That I ran for about 9 years before it was acquired in 2018. By education, I'm a computer science engineer, worked in IT for a few years, then started up, sold off my company. Then I headed business for the merged company, the parent company that acquired my company. I have been advising a lot of startups on growth and business and sales. I also initiated something called LinkedIn Local in India, and I co-founded that initiative. Basically, the idea was to get people together who are networking on LinkedIn in an offline mode, where there was no pressure, to buy and sell, to learn and grow. And we did a fantastic job, scaled it up to 10 cities in 30 months. And after the lockdown, we pivoted to online. And the last 7 months has actually accelerated what we have been wanting to do. So we focus a lot on career development initiatives for the community. We bring in the leaders from the industry of different contribute back into the community. So it is very exciting, and I'm totally engaged in it.
Great. That's amazing to know about you. So, Vivek, you have achieved a lot of things in your life. I'm sure that there would be a lot of successful moments, as well as there would be a lot of tough moments for you. So the ladder of success is not always easy for everybody. You have to climb stair by stair, and you have to achieve one step by one step. So would you like to share your success statement with our audience today?
My success statement and how I think about success is that, I believe that success builds on itself. So success is like a staircase. You may fall sometimes on the staircase, you may go back, but if you keep trying, you'll go up. So you need to set your mind on, what you believe in. You have to believe that you can do it. And very, very important, you should not care about what other people think. That's my definition of success.
That's amazing. That's amazing to know. So obviously there would have been so much tough moments for you in your life also. So how did you overcome all these tough moments?
Different times of my life have had, different struggles. When I was studying, the struggle was to get into the right college. In retrospect, it looks like a easier struggle, but at that point in time, it was the major struggle. Every time I've had any struggles, I have convinced myself that this time will pass, and I need to just keep going and have the faith that there is light at the end of the tunnel. So when I was studying, I used to study 16 to 18 hours a day, without knowing whether I'll get in the right college, but I persisted. When I was looking for a job, many companies failed me, but I kept going and, kept trying. When I started my company, I'm a first generation entrepreneur. So I did not know, how does it feel like, what it is to start a business. Getting the business off the ground was one of the most, challenging things that I faced, because when you're in a job, you get fixed salary, and life is relatively comfortable. But you realize it when I started the company a few years down the line. Things were very, very difficult.
True.
Everything seemed to be going wrong at some point of time. Your employees, your partners, your clients, everybody looks up to you, because they think you are the person who's going to solve all the problems. That point, gave me the strength that, I cannot just lose myself. So I kept going, trying to figure out, how I can surpass the issues, the problems, and the challenges. Took advice and just kept going. I think not breaking down and just keeping the faith that yes, there will be a better day is very, very, very important. And yeah, so after all the challenges, here I am.
That's a good takeaway for the audience as well. You have to keep trying, whatever the circumstances would be. That's amazing. So before
Right,
proceeding,
absolutely.
yeah, before proceeding, before winding up the show, the three things which you would advise to people who want to start anything in their life.
My advice is that you need to understand, who are you as a person. So the first point is you need to understand who are you as a person, what do you want to do, and where do you want to be. All these things are a culmination of the person you are. I am a person who is interested in building, communities or starting enterprises, and that's the person who I am. So I want to do that, and I know where I want to be. So you need to identify, your identity, what you want to do, and where you want to be. So having that clarity is very, very important before you start, because if you do not know who you are and where you're going, the journey is going to be very confusing. The
Yeah.
second thing that you need to ask yourself is that why do you want to do it? The why is very, very important, because when you are going to face with challenges, then your why is going to remind you that why did you start this in the first place. So why is actually the motivation fuel when things go wrong. Because when things are going right, you don't really ask the question. But when things are going wrong, you ask questions. And the why that you decide before starting is the motivation fuel. And after you have done these two, the third is to decide on your plan and your strategy. So once you know the goal, you know the reason why you're aiming for that goal. You need to decide the path. The path is the plan and the strategy. So you need to devise, how are you going to achieve that goal? Your plans may change, the strategy may change, but at every point you need to have some plan of how you're going to do it. There may be failures, you may have setbacks, but you should keep going and keep revising your strategy, and ultimately you'll achieve what you set out to be.
That's great to know from you. Thanks a lot, Vivek, for coming online and sharing these strategies with us. Hope we continue to meet in person someday, because everywhere is
Absolutely.
yeah, because it's like it's a small place to live in, and we have access everywhere. So thanks again for joining in live from India, and wishing you all the best for your future. May you come up with lots of innovative strategies like LinkedIn Local. I want to see not only LinkedIn Local India, but the universe from you. And not only Bangalore, but other cities as well.
My pleasure, Jason. Absolutely, Babir. Thank you for having me on this show.
Thank you so much.
And I hope we get back to the normal very soon, and hope, either I travel to UAE or you come to Bangalore and we'll catch up.
Sure.
And yes, you're doing a great job. I'm very hopeful that you will reach to 100 and then to 1,000 speakers, and help the community. And great job.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming live.